Hi, I'm Dominic. Thanks for watching Dominic's Woodworks. And today... wait a second. What that is? Well, it's a little mug I made from particle board. And this one's from solid wood. Oh, empty. Why did I make these? Well, they're just a byproduct. But I'll show you that next time. This time I'll show you how to make these wooden mugs with nothing but a hole saw. Time to get rid of some scraps. About time, I should say. The largest diameter my hole saw can cut will be the deciding factor for the choice of scraps and the number of circles I can cut. To determine that and to make sure that I do not accidentally cut part of the hole outside a piece, I set my marking gauge to the diameter of the hole saw. With that, I mark all my scrap pieces from the outside edge. Then, as long as I drill down with the center bit inside these marks, I should be on the safe side. I use a breadpoint bit to drill the guide holes within that area, and I use a hole saw to determine how to space the holes apart on pieces that are large enough for that. After a few holes, I start to use my homemade drill press dust extraction. In order to make it compatible with my hole saw, I need to take off a corner on the bandsaw. That makes the design way more flexible. A piece of duct tape further improves the airflow. As it turns out, cleaning the hole saw from outside and inside can really improve performance and cut down on the burning. In addition, I started to run the saw in a block of beeswax for a bit before every cut. I think it helped, and if it did not, it still smelled better than burnt wood alone. Next, I determined the wall thickness by choosing a smaller hole saw blade. In order to hold the circles down for the next step, I break the remains of one of the scrap pieces apart and use them to clamp the circle in between them. Now, using the same center, I drill smaller circles out of the larger ones to make rings. I keep the center circles. Truth be told, it is these that I made this project for, and I will show you why in an upcoming video. For now, I put them on a threaded rod to make rolls that will act as spacers for the following glue up. I add some nuts and washers and squeeze them tight so they don't go anywhere. Since there is a small ridge on every circle from where the hole saw cuts meet, I go over it with a random orbital sander to knock those down. To make sure the glue will not stick to the wrong surface, I add a layer of clear packing tape to these rolls. Then I add a number of rings to the spacer that I think gives me an appropriate height for a drinking implement and glue them together. I use parallel clamps for this time mainly to maximize the clamping surface. After the glue has dried, I let my rubber mallet convince the spacer core to leave and use a file to smooth over the inside surface. There too are the ridges I mentioned. Then I cut out bottoms for the glasses from matching materials, of course. After gluing them in place, I use a flush trim bit to match them to the rest of the pieces. For drinking comfort, I also round over the bottom and the top on the outside as well as on the inside. I sand the outside with a random orbital and the inside with deliberate lineal hand sanding. To make it food safe, I coat the inside with an appropriate 2-component product and finish up with acrylic lacquer on the outside. So I think I did mention what I actually made these for, or not these, but what I actually wanted from this project. I'll still show you next time, but for now, here's to you. Thanks for watching. Please share this video with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and remember to be inspired.